Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the messenger, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised. And this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul. And we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not the throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 343rd One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace. Here on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, Education Department, and part of the Public Teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be your host once again in this weekly series of workshops that are presented by the members and members of the Universal Council and support members of the Universal Council. And I believe we're ready to get into today's show. So without further ado, let us begin.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Ready. Thank you so much for all this here with us. All the love. And here we are, and I welcome. In India, we say Swagatam to the beautiful energy and beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization, and the beauty and welcome to the beauty and totality of all souls in existence. Welcome to the beauty and totality of universal love, life, peace, and abundance. I want to say a few words, very short. There is a maybe there is a background noise, a little, I think, but yeah. And then I want to say that here a mother, a mother says to the son who is very adventurous, very smart, intelligent, and he is going to go for an adventure in a severe rainy day. The rivers are flowing very high, there is a current in the river, and the falls are wild, but still he wants to go. And the mother says, my son, don't go there. Today is not the day. My heart is saying, don't go there, my dear. I know. Oh, mom, you are so backward, We want to have adventures. This is the season. We have to adventure that. We have to experience that, the wild condition. And the mother says, my dear, this is my observation for thousands of years, For years I have observed this is not the way to go in this condition. Please listen to me. And then this is my heart is saying, but the son doesn't listen. The son, according to his ability, goes for the adventure and lost the life. And he said that the mother is ignorant. The mother doesn't know it. What about the mother then? She lost everything. So I will say when believe and trust what the soul says, what the heart and soul says to you. Like it is according to our ability, our as an observant we were from years. This is so beautiful that we have to listen to that, And the mother, both, as I am a mother, I'll say like this, please don't do that. But according to the ability of one's understanding, they will understand in a level. So I always say that when the heart and soul say something, trust on that. Like in this heart and soul saying, the trust of love that is that is real, that is you, and those who analyze love, that is not real at all. So I will say, trust your ability. You are the mother, you are the father. Trust your ability. So thank you for being here, beautiful souls always. Salam, namaste, salute.
We, the Universal Council and the Universal Council support, give from our souls to elevate all beings to the light and unconditional love of Creator on earth and everywhere.
We are present. We, the Universal Council, wish and give to our soul, elevating all souls in existence to present in peace and love at this moment, now. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, give from our soul to create condition of full financial support to keep the Keshe Foundation independent and support research.
We are present.
Hello again. It's Mehran's Farsi language Universal Council support. So this time I'm going to give a complete soul connection. So I write it. Just put yourself in a quiet state. Calm your spirit and heart. Just let go of your soul and connect to anyone else in the infinite space and give unconditionally like a lover to those who need it and to any political, economical, or religious leaders you know of to raise their soul so that they be satisfied and to recognize the beauty of peace and harmony. Then elevate all souls with or without body, your own ancestors, your deceased loved ones, and then elevate your own soul that you only think good, talk good, and do good. take a while and stay contemplating on this.
Thank you, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here always. All the love always. Thank you. Now we can go to the next presentation, right?
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Shweta. And yes, this is an invitation from the Universal Council to join us every day at 9 p.m. Central European Time or Central European Summertime for the elevation of all souls and protection of the physicality in the universe. So hello, beautiful souls, beautiful stars. As we heard in the opening video, the job is rather easy for those who have become messiahs to give through their souls, which leads to elevate. And of course, this is a test for humanity to really become interactive and to open up this mystery of the matter state of the entity to its energies. We never thought we had such energies to, in a way, elevate, and this is what we saw in the wishes about elevating, or to influence others. We can become interactive. It's almost very similar to what we heard in the teaching about this aurora, where the star has actually transferred or sent its energies, our star, 93 million miles away, and has had an impact on this planet. Again, you're not seeing the impact change instantaneously, but we're seeing a process that has started where the elevation of the souls on this planet have received that energy. So this is what we're talking about, where every day you can become interactive in this process. You can be an influencer. And again, creating that mini aurora, so to speak. Collectively, we're joining at this time. It's not a formal meeting, but it's something that you can do on a regular basis, on a daily basis. You can share your soul with the others. And then, of course, you can extend that to maybe twice a day, or maybe 3 times a day. But we have this ability to do this, which we were totally blind to until the Keshe Foundation is actually opening up this mystery of the energies within our own structure. I know Mr. Keshe had talked about the ability to influence, and maybe I'll just go there right now. I think this was part of Myrna's question. Can we say I'm reading now from the 554, can we say the plan of God is to have peace and service everywhere? Mr. Keshe, God never created the war. It's the man who has created it for himself to show his power. It's man's weakness, not God's hand. It depends how you influence, how you can influence, how you can be there to influence. We are in the position we can influence our child. We are in the position we can influence our work. We are in the influence. We can influence a nation. We can have an influence. We can change what happens on this planet. But that's how and the way it is. And he was explaining how he made his point very clear to the Iranian leadership. So we can have an influence. Again, we're always thinking of influencing in the matter state, but this is what we're seeing. We can influence in the energy state, which we never knew we had the ability to make these wishes and to see them create a condition, to create materials that allow that wish to manifest itself. So this is what we're learning. And I thought that teaching of the aurora in the last workshop was very powerful. Again, the sun being 93 million miles away, it's had a profound influence just for those short period of time that it interacted in a way, and it didn't move its physicality. It just decided to send fields to, in a way, help this broken child to elevate. And this is the exact process you can do every day. And this is part of serving, finding something to serve. And therefore, the universe becomes, in a way, your oyster. And of course, you're going to take this process forward with you. But the beautiful teaching about the aurora, obviously, your soul is a star in the cosmos of the universe. So we can see that process of the star influencing its own child in a way called planet Earth. And then, of course, we see what happens in the transmutation tester with the ubisos, where those energies, in a way, are also transferred from thousands of miles away, as we heard in Nick's testimony. And so the same process can happen in creating this dome of peace. It's a test for us. It's a test for humanity. Mr. Keshe said he'd handle the matter state of the affairs, so we can see all the systems and products that are available to accomplish this. But it's for us to find out more about our abilities. And the whole beauty of this is that nobody fails this test. We're all part of creating, in a way, this mini aurora with a collection of beautiful fields to elevate the others. And so let's collectively, every day, create that mini aurora. And again, you can be there for a second, 5 seconds, 1 minute, whatever you choose. And we're starting to believe in something we can't see. And now we know we can rain these fields on those souls in need. I know Mr. Keshe refers to these people creating the wars and the people backing them as hyperactive children. We can elevate these children through the plasma wind, which you carry within you. You're a huge field generator, a huge influencer. It's just we've denied it. So we're just asking you to try it and test it and become part of this process to bring the change. And then you certainly can be happy about the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you're making while you're here on this planet. So thank you all, and consider it, in a way, your mission to bring peace on this planet. Again, not in the matter state, not going out and calling different people or holding placards or protests or anything. You can do it right from where you are. You can even multitask while you're doing this, as the physicality is not so much involved in this process. So thank you all for listening. We invite you to join us on a daily basis. We're not keeping track of it. It's up to you. And when we reach that tipping point, the collective awareness of giving, we will start to see the change, I believe, manifest in the matter state. So thank you all, and beautiful journey for you to undertake. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Next, we have the Q&A with the Universal Council with Marie. And this is a new session from last Saturday, September 7th. And we will start it at the 36-minute mark and with the first question.
Yes. First question. Why have we forgotten that we transmute and how we transmute? Why can't we access this information contained within ourselves, within our RNA? What have we done to lose this information?
Então vamos para a primeira pergunta. Por que esquecemos que transmutamos e como transmutamos? Por que não podemos acessar essa informação contida dentro de nós, dentro do nosso RNA? O que fizemos para perder esta informação?
And the first answer, we didn't forget. We do not want to see it. We are blocking the information.
Primeira resposta é: não esquecemos. Nós não queremos ver isso. Estamos bloqueando a informação.
And there's another answer. As I understand from the teachings of Mr. Keshe, mankind once has chosen to follow the way of the soul of physicality and not to listen to the voice of the soul of the man. That deception has drifted mankind away from the true voice, which is the voice of the soul of the man, which in turn connects man to the creator and the creation of the creator. As the two inner souls, the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, are drifting apart, the emotions like hate, envy, as the two inner souls, soul of physicality and the soul of the man, are drifting apart, the emotions created between the two inner souls are getting more and more out of balance. We get emotions like hate, envy, the closer the emotions are to the physicality. By listening to the voice of the soul of the man, which is our connection to the creator, we will align our two inner souls and find balance. The balance is reflected in the emotions, which will be more in the direction of the soul of the man. Emotions like unconditional love, peace, and fulfillment. Mankind will be ready to join the universal community, which only see us as energy. So we better let our energy shine of unconditional love when they meet us.
Então a segunda resposta é: como eu entendo dos ensinamentos do Sr. Keshe, a humanidade uma vez escolheu seguir o caminho da alma da fisicalidade e não ouvir a voz da alma do homem. Esse engano afastou a humanidade da verdadeira voz, que é a voz da alma do homem, que por sua vez conecta o homem ao Criador e à criação do Criador. À medida que as duas almas, a alma da fisicalidade e a alma do homem, se distanciam, as emoções criadas entre as duas almas internas ficam cada vez mais fora de equilíbrio. Temos emoções como ódio e inveja, quanto mais perto as emoções estão da fisicalidade. Ao ouvir a voz da alma do homem, que é a nossa conexão com o Criador, alinharemos nossas duas almas e encontraremos equilíbrio. O equilíbrio se reflete nas emoções, que serão mais na direção da alma do homem. Emoções como amor incondicional, paz e realização. A humanidade estará pronta para se juntar à comunidade universal e nos vê apenas como energia. Portanto, é melhor deixarmos nossa energia brilhar com amor incondicional quando eles nos encontrarem.
And there is another answer. We are energy. We are part of the soul of the Creator. Furthermore, a product of the DNA and RNA of our ancestors. Incorrect behavior, violating all the commandments of the Creator and his ethos, has caused physicality to change. We need, for example, teeth and a digestive system. When we forget to feed on the plasmatic energy of the universe, and now we do it physically. And this has generated emotions of attachments and fears. We forget that we are the image and likeness of the universal Creator and the soul of the earth. Individually and collectively, the soul has moved away from the energy range of the soul of the Creator.
E outra resposta é: nós somos energia, somos parte da alma do Criador. Além disso, um produto do DNA e RNA de nossos ancestrais. Comportamento incorreto, violando todos os mandamentos do Criador e seu ethos, causou a mudança na fisicalidade. Precisamos, por exemplo, de dentes e um sistema digestivo, quando esquecemos de nos alimentar da energia plasmática do universo. E agora o fazemos fisicamente. Tudo isto gerou emoções de apegos e medos. Esquecemos que somos a imagem e semelhança do Criador universal e a alma da Terra individualmente, e coletivamente se afastaram da faixa de energia da alma do Criador.
And there is another answer. By killing other souls, equal in which form they live, we block that knowledge and our own possibilities. The universe is a peaceful place where killing is not accepted. It's our behavior we have to change into a peaceful behavior to open up that door again.
Ao matar outras almas, iguais em qualquer forma em que vivam, bloqueamos esse conhecimento em nossas próprias possibilidades. O universo é um lugar pacífico, onde matar não é aceito. É o nosso comportamento que precisamos mudar para um comportamento pacífico, para abrir essa porta novamente.
So then we are on the second question.
Okay, thank you to Claudia and Marie for that presentation. And next, we have the presentation of Jacko called Speed of Love. And I have that pre-recorded. I'll play that now.
Hello, beautiful souls, in, on, and beyond our beautiful planet Earth. It's me, Jacko. I'm Universal Council member and representative of the Dutch language. A warm hello to all of you. Please always ask your soul to guide and support you in everything you do all day. And if you understood, start spreading the knowledge by teaching the others. Because it's this exchange of knowledge that brings us to understand deeper. And by learning more, we teach more. Thank you for your participating. Now it's my thoughts and what I've learned from the teachings in the Knowledge Seekers workshops of Mr. Keshe. Travel at the speed of light is something we all heard of, and for some it even may be possible to imagine it. By learning about the new dimensions, we start to prepare the traveling at the speed of love. Did you also recognize the change of your personal perspective in the last time? It's not hurting, it's just the change to what we're used to that makes you feel different, maybe lighter, more intense, brighter, and more connected to the other souls around you that also work on peace. Last time I was talking about unconditional love. If we give unconditional, soul to soul, if we provide what the other souls need at that certain position, time, and field strength, our love can do much more than we usually think of. As we heard from Mr. Keshe, mostly it's our fear that holds us back, forms that barrier we have to overcome. It holds us back from the freedom to give in the understanding to receive. Knowledge seekers report that they recognize changes in their lives, becoming aware of the possibility to choose. We all have times where we get upset or angry, maybe sometimes even mean. But now we can choose the path of peace and not to kill that mosquito that is humming around our head. And where we earlier just tried to slap it, now we ask the mosquito kindly from our physical thoughts through the soul of physicality, soul, to leave the room. This guiding with your soul also means to have the possibility to show him the way out of that room. I practiced this several times in the past weeks. If it works only once, can be unintentionally. If it works every time, isn't that in a way the confirmation that we're on the right track? When we eat, often it feels wrong, since we know we harm a soul with it. The wish to convert the energy directly without the need to kill makes one feel happy. Often, in my case, I can't even finish my plate anymore, because it's too much. The waiter asks, was there something wrong with the food? No, it was very nice, but I simply cannot eat no more. Of course, at a certain age, the need reduces. You don't need so much anymore. In my case, it went down rapid, and it makes me happy. It makes one grateful and humble in understanding the knowledge. Sometimes I ask myself how long it will take to reduce to the point where transmutation becomes possible. When is the time for humanity to reunite with our universal family? Sure, as humans, often we are impatient, can hardly wait till it finally works. As I always say, don't hesitate, elevate. Elevate yourself, elevate the others. Please, all of you, continue the training. Continue the learning by practicing with mosquitoes, unification of souls, connecting to totality in creation. Spread your unconditional love to all creators, creation. And beyond the speed of light, this time we do it with the speed of love. Thank we as one.
Okay, we thank Jacko for that. And next we have the extract from the video of the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. We have, we're starting at the 34-minute mark, and we'll be playing about 6 minutes of this previous workshop, which was from last Thursday, September 5th, with Mr. Keshe.
Most of you who go through 2 phases of resting during the night, you have 2 different dreams. What's the reason? And if you understand that reason, you understand the next step, why you as knowledge seekers are finding how to transmute. Let me explain it in a very simple system, in a very simple way, and then you find out, most of you, where you have failed to complete a transmutation. If you look at the structure of the body of the man in his brain, and this is your 2 ears, understanding the cycle of sleep of the man, that during the sleep, one side or the other rests. The interesting point is that when you go through the dimension of what we call transmutation, or the dimension of your sleep that you call it a dream, one of these sessions is weaker because it's on the repair, low level. High level can create a lot of problem. And the other side, part 2, is in a full active mode. So when you dream, you're actually traveling with the half of the brain. The other half is holding you back. That's why when the cat meows and the dog barks, you wake up. Because this chap is fully active. It's part of the protection we have created. Those of you who want to go through the transmutation, you have to make it both. That there is no physical attachment to bring you back. And this is why most of you have failed to complete a full transmutation. Because you stay always alert. The other half too is still on duty. And this is why most of you cannot transmute. This is why you still hear the cough of the guy who's in your team. That's why you get disturbed by it. And when you collectively, all number of you, manage to reach that point, we see a flatter spike. Because when we see, we've shown you this, if this is the central line of the graph, your soul stays close to it and flat. But what we see, you've seen before, we have shown you, we see distinct from you on a dimension of the physicality. When we run our reactors, when we run our flight system, when we are within the space of the plasma of the reactor, this is the characteristics we see. Flat line means total plasma cognition, means we are inside the solar structure. And as shown you before, we see the physicality jumping like mad in every dimension and position possible, as you see on the green line. And when it settles and becomes near enough, which means you're on the flight tape, you are on transmutation, which means the soul of the physicality and the physicality of the man and the soul of the man are all gone. Because flat, we are there, we can't do anything. You are not with us. You have bypassed the boundary of the physicality of your structure. Then at that point, we know we can tell you where to go through the soul of emotion. Then you understand why we use these graphs, why we operate with these things so closely, because we understand what it means to us. Not a flat green line which we've shown you, which is the dimension of interaction of the soul. It means you're already out. Why do we see the yellow line and the purple line fluctuating everywhere and sometimes then becoming to a very, very straight line, two of them parallel to each other? When we get this in the plasma condition, you mean you are not within the structure of the. This is the time when you can actually cut the position, increase the dimension of the soul of physicality into the dimension of the soul, and manifest yourself anywhere in the universe. When you look at the graph lines, because we start showing you these graph lines quite clearly in the past few sessions, is that when we see the change of the, what I call here, I use the brown line on the top. This is your soul still in control. When we see both on the same line, but the gray jumps up, means you're ready to manifest yourself in the position where you are. A lot of you, when you go through this session of transmission, you expect to find yourself in another position. I went there, blah.
Well, that was our excerpt for today. And you can access the rest of that teaching in the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, available on the Keshe Foundation YouTube channel. Okay. Oops. A minute here. Next, we have the knowledge and understanding from the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Go ahead, Shweta.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. This was the image I have taken, the photo I have taken when I started making the One Cup, One Life. And the light I have lightened at that time, you can see that. It is a simple oil-littered light in a um, in a mud or clay um, uh, container. And at that time, I I have lighted up that, and then it started growing in me as light of enlightenment. And now it's all in me as a knowledge of the universal creator, the knowing of the universal law, universal unified field, and all the love that exists all over with all souls. Now I understand. As we are all learning, we understand how the light comes from wherever. So when we say, that as uh, uh, Mark was saying, my dear, that he was beautifully inviting all souls, in this oneness to be, as we say, we are one. We are one soul of peace. So this we have all over the world. We have made this cup for the betterment, for help to serve humanity. So this is the enlightenment, the enhancement we are doing at that time. Now in the knowingness, you know, and you see when in a very remote place we can see a teacher and a student, a teacher teaching without any book, without any pen, without anything. He just saying what he wanted to say about the universal creator, the creator we are all. So, and we are all part of each other. So one thing, as we say that oneness, somebody say is as oneness is a, oneness. What does this oneness mean? One planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. One nation for justice. And I want to read a clip from a group, very beautiful group, of course, and I want to read this about the oneness. As people say, let me say this. A few minutes. Okay. Oneness doesn't mean that individuality will no longer exist. As Mark was saying, that you come from different communities, you're doing a job, you're moving here and there, you are traveling, you are breastfeeding a child, or whatever you are doing. You are what you are. Come and join. Be with the soul connection. That is the beauty of it. So, oneness doesn't mean that individuality will no longer exist. Quite the opposite. Individuality is heightened in the one being paradigm. It is simply aligned to a collective purpose. And this purpose is to explore and share the accumulated wisdom of the one being through creation. It does not mean that humanity is a hive mentality as depicted in science fiction. The soul of one being is a connected entity that operates as a unified body of coherent creation, aligned to the higher frequencies that issue from the dimension of non-time, non-space, and non-matter. So I will say that when we say oneness, then you are always special, a one flower and a bouquet. So we are we are all lovers becoming lovers, We are becoming lovers. Many of are already lovers. I will say like that. So this is the oneness we have. We know what is peace, we know what is love, we know what is prosperity, we know what we are. So after thousands of years, we are in this, the light comes from there. This I talking, a mother talking to a child, a father talking to a child, a dog, I will say smiling. Yes, I have dogs in my house. Sometimes they smile at me, they smile, they see when I sing, I sing, I even try some dance. They do love that. You know, that is the feeling of oneness. Oh, he understands like that. So this is the one cup, one life to live in the oneness, my dear beautiful souls. And we have learned through this cup of love that we have to be together. Like, well, what is a home then? A home where love exists, peace exists. Or otherwise, you can see the whole world is homeless, kind of. So, um, well, I, this is the way I see sometimes, But the transmutation, as we say in the knowledge seeker workshop last, and again after before that, the transmutations are not very, hard. But the graph of the soul it says that without even knowing you, it is jumping. It is live. It is saying something to you. It is trusting the connection of the heart and soul begins. Like here in India, we say Shiva and Shakti. The two comes together and the manifestation starts. So start the manifestation, my dear. We are all co-creators and we have all this beauty, the image of the universal creator. Thank you for listening. As in this process of transmutation, we are growing so much in beauty and totality. So, that what I can say, live with all the love always. Thank you. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. Now we can move to the next presentation, my dear.
Hello, everyone. This is
Welcome.
Mosfek, representing Bengali language as a Universal Council Support member. So, transmutation. We are hearing that Earth itself is transmuting from the energy it is receiving from the sun. Is it something new to us that Mr. Keshe just told us? Or is it part of what we are doing? In these One Flash, One Nation, One Race meetings, we have been talking about sending energy to planet Earth, to the sun, for many years now. We have been doing it. And we hear that, when you give, you receive. Since we are so used to the idea of taking, it's kind of like, we pray to go to heaven, kind of. Heaven is not where we are going. Giving is what we are doing. The more you give, the more you receive. Is not for us to receive. It is to have further ability to give. It's a complete opposite of the taking mentality that we have been instructed to proceed with. So in this giving to the planet and to the sun by us in the Universal Council, is it not part of the work of using our soul to transform not just the planet, the solar system, if not more? We are doing all of these things. And sometimes some of us do it, everybody's doing it, we join in. But we also have to be aware that what sun is doing to the planet is a soul doing it to another soul. And we in the Universal Council, the souls in the Universal Council can do the same to the sun, can't it? It's a soul, collection of soul giving to another soul, the sun. It can be the planet. Did this giving help in bringing the sun and the planet in harmony, or this kiss from the sun to the planet Earth to come into being? Are we not part of it?
Okay, I think Mosfek just dropped out. He should be returning momentarily.
Sorry, I got disconnected. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. So, as I was saying, I'll trace back a little. And so, in this process of giving to the planet Earth and to the sun, the kiss that the planet received from the sun, are we not part of this? Have we not been involved in this energy transfer? We have been. We have talked about this for several years. That once we knew that we can do
Whoops. Go ahead again, Mosfek. Hello, Mosfek. Can you open your microphone now?
Yeah, apologies once again. I've switched my network as well, so hopefully it won't do it. So, okay, let me try again. This giving of energy to the sun, to the planet Earth, and the sun last year, sending energy, direct energy to the planet Earth, high level energy, not the effect of which at the physical level is much less, but at the level that was absorbed by the soul of the planet. And this is the level we have been operating in. Are we not part of this story? One part, obviously, we are now receiving this energy, but we also gave. Perhaps some of the soul among us are quite capable to the level that we do not even understand ourselves. Maybe some of the soul among us are destined to become a sun, if not more. And Mr. Keshe has talked about it. Planet Earth is a nursery where souls are harvested, and some of them become extremely bright. So the sun sending energy to planet Earth, and some of these souls evolving on planet Earth, is part of the same story, or shall we say, two sides of the same coin. So the elevation of the Earth is through the elevation of the beings that are present on Earth right now. The people in the council here, through these meetings, we have been elevating souls, not just on planet Earth, our leaders. That also is changing, as we are noticing. But also other planetary and beyond planetary entities such as sun, galaxy, and even the universe. So how do we know that we are part of this cycle of energy transfer. If we can transfer the energy to the sun, can we not feel the emotion of the sun? If we can transfer energy to the planet, can we not feel the emotion of the planet? It's the same way we can have direct communication with individuals, human beings on planet Earth. Do we have to look at internet to find out what some souls have done, are doing? We all have the capacity to do it. Mr. Keshe has talked about him doing it. Can we do it? Why not? Can we collect evidence of us doing it? The sun kissing the planet, is it not an evidence? If further convincing is required, further engagement on our part with these entities is part of our experiments, our scientific plasma experiments. The more we experiment, the more we get results. Without experiments, results don't come. And we are seeing results. Locally at the physical level, among some of us, the hunger is going away. At that level, some killing is getting stopped. Some stealing is not being done anymore. At the level of removing disease, we are elevating souls of cells and organs in our body. These are evidence. So let's do our experiments, see evidence in every scale, from the cell, the soul of the sun, the galaxy. And the evidence is there for us to collect, understand, and see how the energy that flows out and coming back in, so that the flow can be enhanced even further. Today, we may be able to not eat for, let's say, 1 day. Tomorrow, it will be a week. So until and unless we do experiments, both at the level of individual, at the level of individual society, and at the level of the planet, at the level of the stars, there is a saying that we all know. Some of us are the stars. So let's think in terms of stars. It's not that we have to physically go there. We become one in whatever scale we exist and light up our physicality, our society, our solar system, and if not more. And in doing it, we maintain humility by keeping our contact with the Creator, for we are part of the same creative force or creative manifestation that we have always been and always will be. For there is no end to it. And we keep on doing this journey of energy transfer on and on. This elevation. Let's see where we can go. Each of us, individually, collectively as society, collectively as a solar system, and more. There is a lot to see, lot to do, and let's have fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear Moshmi, so much. As yes, the blueprint of the universal creator inside us. This is the transmutation we are doing. Thank you, my dear Moshmi. So, um, uh, as we know about this transmutation that has been from eons, but in this forgetfulness, we forget the purpose of why we are here. The purpose, there is a purpose, always. Everything has a purpose. So, in this transmutation, we are able to know why we are here, in the level of the planet, as you said, in the level of all that is in existence, the cosmos, everything. So, that is the beauty of it. If we, like many came from, they are stars, came from other stars, born in Earth, but the purpose is there. There was a great time, a time, thousands of years of forgetfulness. Now we are remembering everything. And let's see what happens. As Moshfik says, always. So peaceful words. Thank you, my dear Moshfik. Thank you so much. Rick, is there any video to play about? Okay.
No, we need to go backwards first to
Okay.
somewhere here.
Thank you.
To do our extract from the 500.
I think.
Pardon me?
Or transmutation, my dear Mark.
Hello? No, we need to do the extract from the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, or whatever you call it, knowledge and understanding, or extract. Let me get it up here. This. The reading of the 554th, correct?
Not right now is I sent to you a little video from Nick for 544, but is a testimony for Nick. I sent to you.
So you don't want to do this reading part then, correct?
No, not because I don't know anybody now added little, maybe need added more, but not needed. Please, thank you.
So next we have a testimony from Nick that occurred in the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And we have that extract to play. And it's a very intense testimonial, and it'll be about 15 minutes. And I'll play that now.
Any other question?
Thank you, Mr. Keshe.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Dimitri. We have 3 hands up here, and I think the first one was Nick. Nick, could you go ahead, please? Then we have Dean and Marinez.
Yes, can you hear me, Rick?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Nick V from Sydney, Australia, and I'd just like to make a testimony of the 24th transmutation test last month.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Keshe. Good, yourself?
Are you sure you want to go out with this?
Well, I was going to say it last week, but I thought I'd wait another 7 days just to make sure and make an honest assessment of it, an opinion.
Okay.
Would you like me to tell it or?
Go ahead. We know the situation, and thanks God for that. Go ahead.
No worries. So what happened, I did the transmutation test on the 24th, and I actually had a feeling that I was drawn to it, to be honest. Now, I did have a medical condition the last 2 months where I was really bleeding a lot internally. So when I went to the restroom, it was very, very heavy. And this happened I started bleeding internally about 4 years ago, but it just was on and off. And now I've had a lot of hits, accidents in my life. So I've always soldiered on, and really just try to exercise myself and eat properly and just try to see if it goes. But I know 2 years ago when I went to the Manchester, London, the Plasma Space Traveller group, and I went on the headphones, the Iranian units, cosmic ray units. I know Mr. Keshe called the team, and he said, please give me a graph of what happens when they're on the units. Now, when my graph came, Mr. Keshe told me a bit about it, and he actually noticed something. He said, do you have cancer? And I said, well, I'm not sure, Mr. Keshe, but I do have something wrong with me. And I don't know if you remember that, but that's what you told me from the graphs, from those cosmic ray Iranian units that you got. And so what happened, I kept on, every now and then the bleeding will start and stop. But for some reason, the last 2 months, it was really, really bad. And all the signs turned out, when I read about the signs that I had in that, it was colon cancer. So what happened, I said to myself, well, it is what it is. And I knew it was pretty bad. So I said to myself, I'll go as long as I can with it. And then if I need hospitalization at the end and whatever happens, I'll do it. But I was hoping it will go. So 1 month, full on bleeding. There was no really pain, but it was just every time going to the restroom was just a real lot of blood. Second month, the same thing. And then that's when the transmutation test on the 24th happened. So I said to myself, 1 more month, if it happens, then I'll go and I'll have to go in. So, but I remember just before the 1 week before the transmutation test, I was getting very tired. So I was more tired than usual. So I knew the bleeding I was losing a lot of blood. Anyway, I did the transmutation test. So I think it was about the second hour, I felt myself just expand, like blow up and just expand, but it stayed there. And I can't remember how long I was there for, but it felt like I was there maybe 5 minutes, maybe more. And then the test ended in that. But what happened, I felt good. I went to sleep. When I woke up in this next morning, the bleeding completely stopped. And I was thinking, first time in 2 months, maybe I was thinking, is it the transmutation test? Is it, this? And so the second day, third day, fourth day, nothing at all. Now it's been 12 days. My bleeding is completely stopped, like a miracle. Now, the next day when I woke up too, I was really energized and really happy. There was no bleeding for the next 3 days. Really, really happy, really energized, and really, really positive about, it was like a big breakthrough for me. I knew something about that test and how I expanded. To me, it felt like my soul expanded, and I was inside it. So because I was inside it, my soul was bringing everything into perfection. But my soul gave me more time. It's like I needed more time. My soul needed more time on earth to learn. So I'm not sure if it's completely gone or whatever. I had the cancer, but there's no blood at all. I feel perfect condition, very healthy. I've been going to the gym, and I'm actually doing more at the gym than what I was doing before. And yeah, I just like to say thank you, Mr. Keshe. That was a real, like a miracle for me. And yeah, the last few months, it's been really hard. I've been going through a lot, and having to deal with that, it was pretty messy. But I was amazed at how your technology works, and to hear it is a different thing, but to go through it and then to witness it and to feel it, and even when I go to the restroom now, there's still no blood, and I'm still amazed, to be honest, even though it's 12 days later. So thank you very much, Mr. Keshe, for that.
You're welcome. I hope you find peace with it. And that's all it matters.
Okay. I understand.
That's all it matters.
Yeah.
As you said, when I saw your graph in Manchester, it was clear you have a cancer. But we don't promote these kind of things even though it's there. But as I said,
yeah, you told me in a way, said, you actually said, do you have cancer, You said it that way.
Yeah, because we see things on the graphs when you work with it so long, you see things you understand. And as you explained with the expansion of the soul, you reach to repair the body the way the body wants to be, the way the structure is going to be. And this is we have proof of it. And you got to understand, on the 24th, we changed the system to what is now, and that's what we said, to expand the body to cover the physicality.
Okay.
Up to now, in transmutations, we always dealt with the soul. For the first time, we brought in the dimension of physicality into play by addition of new, what you call it, positioning structure. And we expect to see this right across the world. This is why now the Wellness Center in Germany is running these tests, that if it is, we can help. But you have to be open to it, to accept it, to be there. I wish you all the best. And I hope it brings you peace.
Yeah, well, Mr. Keshe, like, honestly, for 2 months, I was really bleeding a lot. And I was not in any pain, but just seeing it and that, it makes you worry. And I was still doing things, like normal things and that, but to do that transmutation test and the next day just stop, I was blown away. I was just, for once, I think, oh, maybe don't, I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe it's just coincidence. But then the next day, nothing, and 12 days straight. Then, then I realized the expansion and that, how I was in the middle of my soul, brought everything back to where my soul wanted it, to give me more time. So,
this is what always we said, when the man understands this whole expanding in all dimensions, not just going through your head, but expanding through physicality, it brings everything into balance. And you're one of the prime examples of it. But it's a development in technology now. As we said, the German center is ready for this. Dr. Kern and the people who work with him will use this knowledge to help and to bring more support to those who want to support themselves.
Yeah, and it was amazing. It's I feel really good. My energy level and my confidence, it's really lifted me up. So, and I feel really balanced inside. And not only that, a couple of days later, I actually did the wellness program. It just came up by coincidence. So I did that too. And I feel really good when I did that. It even balanced me more out. And
did you do that under the insurance policy, the wellness policy agreement, the second one?
Yeah, the wellness. I'm not sure. I did it with Dr. Kern.
Yeah, but it's part of the contract. You have 2 times a year to do the session.
That's right. Exactly right, yes.
Yeah, this is to guarantee wellness with the system. This is knowledge seekers who don't know or know. Keshe Foundations provides these policies that 2 times a year you join a session for these kind of conditions that you bring back. It's just that leveling everything inside.
And that's what I felt. I felt really balanced inside and in harmony once I finished that. And I was very lucky they both came together. Like I did the 24th, my bleeding completely stopped. And then a few days later, I was just very lucky that that came in. Mr. Kern said, "Oh, you're ready for that," and that came in. And I've just been really, really good, in perfect condition. Perfect. My health is perfect. Well, I feel it's perfect anyway.
Thank you very much. I hope you stay that way.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
That's a live testimonial. I have to explain that the new Keshe Foundation technology expansion of knowledge is in line with what we said, that when you expand the soul in dimension of physicality, it's the job of the soul to feed and to put the physicality balance in position that the soul is happy with. And we've seen this is not, we try to keep away from these things and publicity or bring it out, but when individuals like explain it themselves, is the biggest testimonial for what it is and how technology is developed. Thank you very much. If you listen to what Nick said 2 years ago, what I told him in Manchester, and if you remember in 2014 in the Sensano, I saw the behavior of the guy that said he's here to kill me. Again by the graphs. Then you understand, once man become knowledgeable how to understand the terms of use of these systems, understand how to interpret, you're more or less 100% on target. And you can, in a way, judge it yourself. And what will be, it'll be, it shall be. And it comes through the soul. It comes through the understanding, inner understanding inside. But you got to understand, the system is in Germany and Nick is in Australia, 10,000 miles away. And only using a headset. The type of evolution in science and technology has come. And it's getting better because we understand more of it. And our team have to understand most of it. That the knowledge can expand. And we've seen this in many, many directions, and the new change in the structure of the system should give this kind of results to us all the time. Now we're supporting the soul and the physicality, and interesting, the day we did the change has brought the change. And the feeling that your soul has done the repair, this is where you have to believe it's the soul who feeds me. What should I kill? I need the energy. Why should I kill for it? I'm in danger physically inside. I've done damage. Why should I do it? The body repairs itself. Thank you very much. Any other question?
Okay, that completes our excerpt with Nick. Nick's testimonial, that is.
Beautiful testimonial, my dear Rick. Really, really. Live testimonial. Thank you, my dear Nick. Thank you so much. Oh. Now we can move to the next slide.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Sweta. It's Dean here from the Universal Council Support, representing the English language. So I would like to read this transmutation test that is coming up on the 20th of September. And we are introducing a new group-based transmutation test that will take place every month from July to October. There are 2-hour sessions in small groups organized according to the geographical location of the participants. And the next meeting is on the 20th of September 2024. Depending on the number of participants, the test can be carried out on 1 Friday per month or extended to 2 Fridays per month. And participants will be informed of their schedule by email. And it's €600 plus VAT per session. We've just heard a very beautiful testimonial from Nick that explained a position that for many that have physical conditions and they are very connected to the physicality, like most human beings have. When you transmute, when you go through these processes, the soul is perfect, only knows full perfection. So for many that go through this process, they will notice conditions within inside themselves when they come back through the process where the soul is expanded outside of the physicality, that the body comes back in a new condition, a new field strength, a new magnetic position, gravitational position on planet Earth in the physical body. And for some, not all, it will be dependent upon the circumstances, the field strength that you carry, and the abilities of you to be able to allow yourself to go through this process and not block yourself. Many will come back with physical conditions that miraculously, as Nick has said, suddenly disappear. The soul has said, I am imperfection, and so the physicality, the soul being the higher, the physical body then moves. And so the conditions, the emotions have shifted, the fields have shifted, and then a new condition arises. So then you can exist, and I'm reading this now from the 554th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from Mr. Keshe. Then you can exist in both in dimension of physicality and energy. So this is very much like when we do this anyway, if you think about it. We're in a physical body, and when we sleep, we go horizontal, and we go to sleep. Most of the time we're horizontal. And the brain is in a different position to when we're walking. So it's holding a different magnetical gravitational field interaction with Mother Earth and the sun. And Mosfeq spoke about the sun and the rays giving us a new perspective. Well, we are now going through a transmutation test process through the foundation to actually allow us to receive different energies, to enhance the soul, to enhance the body, and to enhance the soul, to give us the ability to transmute. So, and then you understand this become a new way for man to exist. So it's a new way for us to exist. So, as I was saying a little bit earlier, we already have this. We have the ability, and have always had this ability, to be in both dimensions, in the physical body and non-dimensional, in the soul aspect of being, being present. We walk around in our physical body each day, and we carry all the emotions, all the interactions that we have outside of in the physical body. And then the plasmatic side, the condition that we absorb into us, is the emotions of those interactions. So it's a bit like the sun and man on planet Earth, receiving the rays, the magnetic field interactions of the cosmos. And it affects us emotionally because we receive a different spectrum of energies. So we're going to go through this process with the transmutation. And some of the knowledge seekers, the UC, some of the UC members have gone through this process and are going through this process. Transmutation, it takes us to a new position. And I think for many, many souls present in the time to come, which is now, this process will be shared and understood more as the souls go deeper and they start to transmute. Then they will come back into the physical body like we do each night when we sleep. And then they will carry these new energies, and then they can share the knowledge of the experience in the energy state, that other existence, the soul aspect of us. They can then share those experiences by bringing it back into the matter state, into the physical body. We all do this anyway, each and every night and all day, whenever you go to sleep, whenever you go through that process. There are many ways that you can experience it. As Mr. Keshe said, you are the captain of your flight, the captain of your ship. So these ships, this ship of the soul, we all will experience it. We all do experience it. For me, it's all circles and circles of energy that we are all part of. If you think of a circle, and then you have the brain of man, and the brain of man has this soul sat in the middle, this sun, that's radiating out an energy force, an energy that is connected to the other sources around it. So this could be other souls present in physical bodies. But then we look further out. We start to look at, I'm connected to the planet, the moon. I'm connected to the sun and the galaxy, as Mosfet was talking about. So it's our viewpoint and our understanding that is the limitation. And when we start to open ourselves up to this transmutation test, then we're going to experience other dimensions, other experiences of being present. And for many, this will be a new dimension to accept, to be part of. And some will say, no, I'm happy in my position that I'm in right now, being grounded and on the planet Earth. However, the planet Earth is a sphere that is rotating, so it's energy in motion. The brain is energy in motion, absorbing the energies, the field strength of the planet, of the galaxy, of the suns. And you're absorbing this through your skin, the 3 layers. So the 3 layers of the spaceship, which is part of you, which is part of this transmutation. And if you want to get into a physical dimension, then it would be a spaceship. It would be a craft of some description. And then if you want to go on a soul journey with this transmutation test, then that is, as Mr. Keshe said, another dimension of an energy state. So a magnetic gravitational field interaction of energy, a condition that is universal, that many beings are, when we say beings, that's usually a physical being. But we can have many souls that are present in an energy state. And so when we talk in the foundation and we experience this energy state, then it means we can go from point A to point B at will. And that would be the soul will. That would be the intention of the emotion of being present, and then allowing yourself to be present in another position. And it's your choice of where you would like to go. You are the captain of your flight. Where would you like to go? Where is the place that brings you comfort and brings you to a position that enhances your emotional condition, so that you can elevate and then become peaceful and balanced in this moment. And then you can share that with the others, so that when you become very peaceful, then you bring this back and share it. And this is the universal condition. This is part of being in a physical body that has a soul that is eternal, that is forever, and it's part of us. This the body we carry, as we know, is a small part of us for a short period of time. The universe is countless number of years old or young, depending upon how you look at it. And we are part of the bigger structure. And we on planet Earth are all squabbling and fighting over certain minerals and conditions on the planet that in reality are abundant in many places. And with this technology and the understanding of the soul, you can produce any material at any time, place, and position. And this will be so. So the transmutation test has much to follow, and I'm sure it'll be. I'm looking forward to the tests, and I'm looking forward to more people coming forward with their experiences and sharing what they know, so humanity can grow and expand itself and create a new condition of peace and love and unconditional beauty, being present in the moment, and then share that, because this direct connection we have with the Creator is this position, and we have it in this very moment, and we just need to learn to reach up and be part of it. So thank you, Rick. I don't know if anybody else would like to say anything else after this. You put on screen, Rick, some new products. The transmutation test. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can see there's an image there of a planet. So for many of us, I'll just talk a little bit longer if nobody else is coming in. For many of us, we won't know in our physicality. We don't understand or don't know where we would like to go, because we think we've never experienced it. However, when we stand in our soul position, which means we lose all the thoughts around us, we go in, and we go in and in, and then we come to that white light, that position of enlightenment, and we stand in that place. And then from that position, you can maybe ask the soul, where should I go? Which position would be the best for me? And then maybe each and every one of us will start to transmute, and this cage that we've set ourselves in, that is the soul of man, between the cage of the brain, which is the matter state condition, maybe this will start to manifest in a different way. So instead of manifesting physical forms and physical barriers and physical limitations, maybe we'll go into a plasmatic condition, and then we can decide the beauty that we would like it to manifest as. And this is the transmutation test. And I think for each and every one of us, when we come to this time, place, and position, and we have the opportunity to do this, it's unlimited, truly unlimited. So whatever position you have in this moment that may be of concern to you, that when you go into yourself, you realize the outside realm, the physical, is a manifestation of the environment. And so go in and experience the plasmatic condition and see what it brings to you. These tests are €600 plus VAT, and this is going to the foundation. They have running costs to actually to be able to bring this, like everything does in the matter state. We there's a cost to actually produce these materials, to have offices and build systems and things. However, that's a very small cost to enhance the ability of mankind, being kind to man, to elevate and to bring a new condition to all the souls that are created on planet Earth. And it's not just mankind, it's there's many different souls. And I explained this in somewhere else recently where this is Mr. Keshe's teachings. No soul is higher or lower. And the outside, the universe doesn't look into us and say, oh, look, there's a very wealthy woman or man, or there's a fish, a dog, a cat. It doesn't do that. It doesn't look at the physicality. It sees the soul of the being. It sees this energy transfer, this energy in motion, this bright light. And you carry a very beautiful light in you. And we wish to see it. So come forward. Thank you, Rick. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear King. So, thank you so much, always. And
Thank
now
you,
we can
Shweta.
move to the next. Oh, welcome. And now we can move to the next presentation. And here is the needs and wishes. I welcome Dean again.
Thank you, Shweta. So the needs and wishes. This was a wish, I believe this was brought forward by Mehran and from the Universal Council. Mehran has a very beautiful soul. She's present on planet Earth and is bringing the knowledge forward for humanity to elevate and to understand the beauty that we have each and every one of us. So I'll read the message and the wish. And maybe another soul, Mehran or somebody would like to come forward and elaborate a little bit more on the wish. So we, the Universal Council and the Universal Council support, give from our soul to elevate all beings to the light and unconditional love of Creator on earth and everywhere. And we are present. Thank you for the beautiful wish, Mehran. I don't know if Mehran, if you're present, would you like to say something?
Hello. Actually, I remember that in the last workshop, Mr. Keshe explained, last workshops, Mr. Keshe explained the situation to the Earth for the event in last April 23 and 2023, in last year, and the position to the Earth in reference to the soul changed many areas around the world. For many rainy or desert areas, is many times desert areas not that have raining, but now is flooding many countries. That wish is because it's talk about the environment, equilibrium the environment in all areas, and affect and reach the equilibrium and not affect or affect less all areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So now we've come to understand that what Elizabeth was saying was we've received an energy source. So that a cosmic event took place. I think it was on the 20th of April, 2023. And Mr. Keshe said we received a different spectrum of energies from the sun. And Mosfet was touching on this earlier. And Elizabeth has very beautifully just spoken about it. So we received a cosmic energy flow for a very short period of time. A little some energy from the sun came through, and we received this higher energy source. But you have to remember, we always think of ourselves as just humanity, humans. And we must understand that there's more to this than just humans. There are souls present, like the soul of the planet Earth, the soul of all the other plants and animals and all the other beings. They all receive this energy source. And so each and every one of us has elevated, taken a new dimension of physicality, a new dimension of energy sources on a soul level. So the understanding, the elevation will start to emanate across the planet. Mother Earth now is receiving a new energy source and a different condition. And this has meant that the deserts are receiving rain. And some of the other places around the planet that are usually rainy are now drying. So it's a new dimension, it's a new twist, it's a new interaction of the magnetic and gravitational fields positioning. And then if you add on top of this the emotions of the soul, you understand how we can affect. If you have one magnet and you put a group of magnets together, one magnet can affect all of them. So if you can imagine the magnet of a soul, the sun, is just been twisted or has emanated a different field strength, then all the magnets, the souls, soul of the earth, the soul of all the beings, have all slightly taken a new position, elevated. And so we are now in a new position and a new energy spectrum that is being created for peace within planet Earth and all the souls that are created through the interactions of the Creator in this particular little spectrum of energy magnetic field interactions we call the planet Earth, that is connected to all beings and all magnetic fields across creation, back to the Creator. So, Stefania, I see you're present. Would you like to say something? No, you would not. Okay. So, Rick, I think
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I'm going to say,
okay. Go
since
ahead,
you said you talked about souls getting affected by it. So I'll give you an example from the field. So one of our ministers, extremely corrupt in many ways, was hiding. It's a she in her sister's house. And, you know, she has done so many things, everybody knows about it. So her niece, she's a high school student, and she was looking at her phone, or she was busy with her phone, and she started, this aunt, the criminal aunt, started berating her about, you know, her being on the phone all the time and all that. So she called up the people in charge and said, yeah, my aunt is here, come and pick her up. And these things are happening. This is just a teaser. Next time I'll talk more about this kind of things, but you got to get a teaser. It's a soul elevation of the young generation. The young generations are making a massive change here. And you got an example of it, a high school kid changing the course of the country. Something fun. Anyway, I'll talk next time. This is just an example of soul elevation happening. You know, the minister's soul got elevated because she revealed herself, and her scolding her itself was part of that. And then this young kid with her own soul elevation did the right thing. Whole thing got worked out. There's a lot more like this going on, but you know, we will see a lot more evidence as we go.
Thank you, Mosfeq. That's wonderful to hear. I mean, you've left us wondering about it more. But so we, the Universal Council and the knowledge seekers, and many people that are listening, they were starting to appreciate and understand the conditions that we are part of, and they're starting to elevate and grow because of the knowledge that's being shared. And so the ethos of the universal family and the ethos that's been brought forward to humanity is gradually getting through. And as you said, Mosfeq, thank you, so beautifully put, the children, the souls that are coming in now are, they have a new field strength, they have a new understanding. And Mr. Keshe has spoken about the child of Mitra. So we're having a new generation of children. And this has been going on for quite some time. I know this was happened for many generations, but I think this generation now are starting to realize through some of the teachings and through the soul aspect, they're starting to understand what they are capable of, and they no longer will accept this harsh conditions in the physicality of what's being used and abused for humanity. Now the soul knows other things. They are elevating to the level of the prophets. So they're learning to pray through their soul. They're learning how to adapt themselves to be able to create an environment that is beneficial for others. And because they are giving unconditionally amongst themselves as a collective, they are growing in field strength. And these individuals that hold a position of wealth externally, when Mr. Keshe has always said, the wealth is within me. Within me. This is the soul. And that means that you can generate and create conditions unlimited. The only limitation is what you think. And that's the brain. So these children are elevating, they're receiving the spectrum of energies that Mosfeq has just spoken about. Thank you, Mosfeq. That was very beautiful. Anybody else would like to say something, please?
Yes, I want to say, my dear Jean, beautifully you said, as Mosfeq said, that the sun is kissing Mother Earth. And we are in between. So this is the way the level of transmutation is going on, my dear beautiful souls. Stay with this love. You can see in the picture. Yeah. And also I welcome in the needs and wishes from all communities here to share, to interact as we are all learning together in this process of elevating ourselves, transmuting ourselves. You are most welcome to share what you want to share. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome.
A couple of things to share from YouTube. We had a statement to start off the YouTube earlier from Carl, and said, "Ready for the giant miracle." Okay, thank you, Carol. And Tony says, "With the CO2 GANS water, I managed to totally restore my eyesight to 24/20, above excellent, in 1 year. And it's now been 6 years and counting. Thank you, Mr. Keshe." That's
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Welcome. We are, so many of us, many of us are experiencing this. Thank you, my dear, for sharing.
I'm sorry. In next little words, I think it's very important, Mr. Keshe said, because you change your physicality, but Mr. Keshe, I hope you get in your peace. I think it's very important when you take an equilibrium, your physicality, you get it your peace, because you get it your equilibrium inside, and with the solo physicality and solo demand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Indeed. Thank you so much, my dear Elizabeth. So much. And thank you. Any more interaction or sharing, my dear Rick?
Rick, if there's nothing else, Shweta, I did actually go on with Rick last night and gave a testimonial. I can just very quickly, I'm not going to give a full testimonial now, but very quickly, I used some of the knee GANs that Mr. Keshe developed, and I had a position in the physical body where I found it very difficult walking up elevated stairs, or up steep steps, or paths leading to up a mountain or something. And so I used this knee GANs directed by the what was actually being said on the back of the instructions. And I can happily say, after, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months or so, that the condition I had that would have needed some sort of a physical condition of a surgery or something to actually heal it, to I shouldn't say heal, but to actually enhance it to a position where it would actually be that I could walk without any problems. The GANs, knee GANs, actually helped me to attain this position. And it's putting some plasmatic water fields around the knee that have regenerated all the muscles and tissues and everything that's involved in the knee. It's elevated my knee. And I found myself in a position where I could actually walk freely and not even think about it. There was no pain or nothing at all. So that's an emotional condition that has been balanced through the technology. And it's for me, it's a joy not to have to think about this, because once you don't have the pain, the physical pain, you don't think about it. It's just then you're back to a new position, a new condition. And it's not until you have a pain that's always there, niggling in the background, that it can make you feel uncomfortable. And then this condition grows, and then you can, for want of a better word, you can bark at other people without even realizing it, because the pain's always niggling. You take the pain away, the emotion balances, and then you find that you become peaceful inside yourself. This is what all this technology is about, bringing balance to the emotional body as well as the physical body. And that's a big, big difference. So a need and wish would be for all of humanity to receive the beauty of this new energy flow that is the foundation, the Keshe Foundation, the Universal Council's energy of peace. And it would be wonderful if each and every one of us experienced this beauty. Thank you, Shweta.
Thank you, my dear Dean. And any sharing more, my dear Rick?
I don't see anything else other than there's a comment from Mark in our chat that I'll read. He says, "We are receiving more. We can easily give more. Just repeating and replicating the same process in our lives, the work of the universe or creator, upgrading the entire creation." Okay, thank you, Mark.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Then now we can go to the next presentation here. As we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear beautiful souls, the services. Welcome home. Thank you so much. Welcome again to the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome to the beauty and totality of all beautiful souls existing everywhere, as Mehran said. So, and I will also say that as we are all lovers. Yes.
My last word. Please please remember that we are the soul of the peace. Thank you, thank you.
Oh yes, we are the soul of peace in this oneness, my dear beautiful souls. And as we know that in all the levels, we have an understanding, the trust of each other, the trust of our soul, the trust of the universal creator, and ability to understand in all levels now. And this is the moment, as Moshfik says, the sun is kissing the earth. What a beauty. And this is the time, my dear. Feed all the beauty. And as Mark said, as we are receiving more, be a giver more and more. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Follow, join, jump in, hug, kiss Keshe Foundation, Spaceship organization, my dear. And we all love you, Keshe Foundation. Pranam. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. The Universal Council.
Very good. Thank you, Swatan. Thanks, of course, to all the members and support members of the Universal Council for presenting and putting together today's show. May we all be kissed by the sun as we carry on our lives. And thank you to everyone for attending today's 343rd One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. We'll be back next week at the same time and place. And our next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which starts tomorrow, Wednesday, September 11th at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And we welcome young and old. And if you're new to the plasma technology or experienced at it, it's all good. We handle a number of different topics. And if you have some experiments you'd like to show, that's a great venue for that. And of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up Thursday, September 12th, and that starts at the 9 a.m. Central European Time. Okay, I think that completes our show for today. Almost.
And then we have a little kiss and then dance.
Yes, indeed.
This time. Be enjoy, my beautiful souls. Dance, dance.
So to dance, we go out with our Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit, music version, and see you all next time around. Bye for now.